So, welcome to Sunday Qigong. And we're going to start off in the Tai Chi Qigong posture. So, feet parallel, just kind of under your hips. You want to be standing on your heel of the foot plus the ball of the foot and your toes on the foot. Soft ankles, soft knees, soft hips. Allow your tailbone to drop down. And then imagine your spine lifting up. You tuck your chin in. Your head goes up towards the sky. So your spine is going in two directions. It's becoming very long and supple as opposed to just a stack of bricks. You want a slight hollow in your armpits, as if you've got a squash ball underneath there, and a slight hollow at the groin, almost like a little bridge, as if you're riding a very narrow horse. Soft shoulders. And you just close your eyes for a couple of seconds and just notice where you're starting from today. Just notice how your body feels. Notice your feet on the ground. Just be aware of your emotional state. Are you calm? Are you restless? Are you just cooling down after a hectic day? Or just whatever. All right. And you're mentally, how are you mentally? Have you been having streams of consciousness, thoughts going through? Or is your mind just like a lazy river, just noticing where they're coming from? Okay, and then open your eyes. So when we're doing Qigong, our joints are always elastic. So we never, take them right to the end of range. So we're going to start off just with this bouncing movement for you to have a sense of the elasticity through your joints. And initially, just think about your ankles softening, bouncing up and down, knees softening, bouncing up and down. Sure that your knees don't go inwards, but if anything, slightly outwards, but not inwards, okay? And you're going to keep that posture as you go along. So you've got soft ankles, soft knees, soft hips. Now think about your tailbone. Allow your tailbone to drop as you're bouncing. So focus on your sacrum, your tailbone, and feel how as you go up, it drops, and as you go down, it drops. Just feel that tailbone going down, but also going up. And as your tailbone goes down, so your lower lumbar spine gets longer. And now travel up the spine and bring your chin slightly and tuck it in a little bit. And as you do that, it lengthens your neck, lengthens your cervical spine so that your head is lifting up a little bit more towards the sky. So as your tailbone is dropping, so your head is lifting towards the sky. So the lower part of your spine is lengthening downwards, and the upper part of your spine is lengthening upwards. And so we're creating one of the things we look at achieving when we're doing Qigong is we're creating something called song. We're aiming to get expansiveness, space in the body. You may have noticed that as you've been moving, that your arms are starting to swing as well. So as your arms go up, so the bottom of your shoulder blade should be dipping down, but also outwards. So you're making space between the two shoulder blades. Ease breathing. And now feel your shoulders. Shoulders got a big capsule around it, a big soft fascial capsule. And as you're swinging your arms, notice how you're opening the back of the shoulders. And as you open the back of the shoulders, so you're making space for the actual shoulder articulation as well. Just the weight of the body is doing that. Move down to your elbows and notice how, as your arms are going forwards and backwards, that you're making space in the elbow joints. Notice if both elbows feel the same, or is one slightly tighter because it's your dominant hand, dominant arm. And notice the wrists. Notice space in the wrist joints. And put your attention on your thumbs, allowing your thumbs to lengthen and the index finger to lengthen. Middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. And then put your attention on the palms. Notice that your palm is softening, it's widening, and it's lengthening. And as you get that sense, feel that your sole of the foot is also lengthening and widening. So it's as if you're connecting the palms of your hands with the soles of the feet. They're both made out of the same kind of hairless skin, and they give all sorts of messages to the brain that the rest of the body doesn't give because of the nature of the fascia in the skin in those areas. Very calming to work with palms of the hands and the sole of the feet. All right, and now just slowly allow your swinging to settle down, down, down. Close your eyes for a second and notice how your body feels. Notice your feet rooting into the ground. Feel as if they're rooting as you become stable with the earth. All right, so we've felt the Qigong posture, we've felt the softness of the movement, and that when you're doing Qigong, it's embodied movement. So you're moving and you're thinking, how does it feel in my shoulder, my arm? How's my breathing? You're going inwards. We're outwards most of the day. Now we're coming in for a while. Okay, so we're introspecting. Arms up the side. One of the things in Qigong, we want to have lots of new energy moving around, so we have to clear out some of the old stagnant energy that we don't need. So that could be somebody that walked past you and didn't get out of your way, or maybe it was somebody that hooted at you, or maybe it was somebody said you couldn't get your visa, whatever it was, you don't need to carry it around with you. So we're going to drop the arms and turn, and just the sense of dropping and clearing whatever no longer serves us, is just irritating us. So when we clear, we take a nice deep breath in and breathe through the nose, but it goes out through the mouth. So it's you might just be clearing physical tension in your neck and shoulders here as well. Could be mental, could be emotional clearing, whatever it is, a nice way to start. Up and turn at the waist. And relax and just shake it out there. So I've been helping Kira's mom to move into her new dusty house. And so we've been dusting the house and clearing the house. And every day it all just feels better. Sometimes we need to go and do an internal dusting of ourselves. Okay. Let's get some length into the body. So we're going to take our hands up and hold up the sky. Push your hands all the way up. As you're going up, you can feel as if your fascia, your skin, it's almost as if you lengthen your skin. It's like, and then as you come over up through the shoulders, almost feel as if you're taking a t-shirt off. Feel you're getting length in your shoulder joints there, and then softening coming down. Slight bend as you come down and slight straighten as you're coming up. So in Qigong, we're winding and unwinding. We are stretching up. We're coming down. We're expanding. We're contracting. We're spiraling one way. We're spiraling the other way. So balancing, moving through the yin and the yang of life. So the earth is seen as yin and the sky is seen as yang. So a nice deep breath in through your nose and Out breath through your nose. In through your nose. Doesn't sound like an out breath through my nose. Let's be out breath through the nose. When you're breathing in and out through the nose, it's very strengthening breath, as opposed to breathing out through the nose when it is a clearing breath. In, lengthening through the body, stretching the fascia, opening space for your lungs and your organs, strengthening the knees and the lower back as you come up and down. So one of the things, if you do regular Qigong, you kind of stay taller for longer. As we get older, a lot of my friends are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And I'm kind of staying almost the same height, I think. And breathe out. All right, shake it out. Let's just do a little bit of what we call Qi massage. Qi as in energy. Qigong means, Gong means skill or work. So we're working skillfully with our energy. So let's just do a little bit of tapping, forehead, just clearing here. Also stimulating the brain tissue, which is underneath, like raindrops on your head, all the way behind the back. And around the eyes, over the sinus areas here. It's very nice for sinus. Up and down, along the jawbone. One of the muscles that get tightest in the body with stress is your masseter. You're clenching your jaw, so very often we find tenderness there around the chin and around the neck. And you can give your ears a little pull. Okay, lots of acupuncture points in the ear, so we just stimulate the organs a little bit. Lung, kidney, heart, all have points in the ears. All right. Should feel a little bit of a glow coming into the ears. And let's come along where the ribs join onto the sternum. Up and down. So if we hold a lot of emotional tension, it often stagnates around this area. You know, can feel it heavy in there, and people bring their shoulders together. So open up here, open chest, all the way down to the bottom of the rib attachments. One arm up and knocking over your first rib under the clavicle here. So this is going to be helpful for the lung. The lung meridian starts here, and we follow the lung meridian all the way down the arm, just waking everything up and then coming back along the back of the arm, over your trapezius, and down here again. So in Qigong, we're working with stimulating, keeping the meridians of the body flowing with good energy and not stagnating like a stagnant river. And then we stay healthy. We're doing lung and head, meridian, large intestine there, back to the center. Big breath in. Other side. Okay, you're also working on your pectoral muscle here, down the center of the arm, the lungs here, also the heart is there. Way up. Give a nice slap over the shoulders, often very tight, especially if you've been flying or doing a lot of computer work. Back to center, breathe in. Okay, pop your hands under the last ribs on either side. And this is called the belt meridian. It's one of the few meridians that goes horizontally. Most of the meridians go up and down the body. So you're going to pop your thumb and first finger, that's called tiger mouth, under the ribs, and breathe in and push your hands away from you. So breathe in, push your hands away, and as you breathe out, follow that exhalation inwards. Breathe in and breathe out. Why are the hands pushing out? Because as you breathe in, your diaphragm, which is like an upside down umbrella, is going to push down and it's going to push your body outwards. And as you breathe out, it's going to go back in, and basically you're going to get smaller at the waist when that happens. So breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. And we're going to do something called coherence breathing, which is very calming, but at the same time kind of enlivening, gives you good attention span. So I want you to breathe into the count of 5 and breathe out to the count of 5, and just keep it circle in your own 5, in and out through the nose. Try and keep that breathing rate smooth. And see if you can do it to the count of 6. Breathe in for 6. And out for 6. For 6. And breathe out for 6. Do another 2 of those to tighten everything up here, I think. So when we have a longer exhale, when we have an inhale, then our body goes into a deeper relaxation, okay? So this is just to get your mind in a beautiful, clear, calm state. Okay, let's do some chi massage over the back, over your kidneys. You can rub or you can hit, whatever works for you. Stimulate, if we knock over the kidneys, we're knocking over adrenal glands as well. So we're stimulating our body to produce cortisol and adrenaline. So that's a good thing to do early in the morning when you wake up, or the middle of the day if you get tired. And then let's go right down the side of the legs, all the way down over the feet and up the inner leg. Okay, back to the back. This time go down the back of the legs and up the inside of the legs. And back to the back. And down the side. And up the middle. And stop at the groin. The groin is called the gates of the leg in Chinese, or the hua. So as we knock, give a little bounce here, where your big femoral artery goes down here and your femoral vein comes through. And because we spend a lot of time sitting in our kind of Western life or more modern life, it's really good to keep this area loose and flowing well. So what we're doing at the moment, we're doing some warm-up moves before we go into sort of Qigong flows, sort of bringing a bit of energy out, getting some extra oxygen in to circulate around the body. And now a little knock over your navel. Navel is just below it, is what we call the dantian, lower dantian, which is the sort of storehouse of your physical energy. Come a little bit lower than the navel, and then a little bit higher, just in your solar plexus here. And let's knock up and down on the right-hand side. We're knocking over the liver. So in doing Qigong, we look very much at the health of the organs as well. And spleen and stomach on the other side. And then all the way around, this will be your large intestine. And shake it out. The waist is very important. The waist is, you know, movement goes at diagonals through the body, and your waist, if you've got a strong waist, you've got a strong core. So let's just see what the movement is like here. And initially, we'll just think of moving your pelvis. So you're going forwards, side, backwards, side, forwards. Feel a lovely smooth, almost an oblong rather than a circle because of the shape of your pelvis. Very nice to keep your sacroiliac joints nice and loose. Guys get particularly stiff through the sacroiliacs. And your lower lumbar spine. Very nice to keep it moving as well. Change direction. So you'll notice what we're doing is we're moving through the waist, through the bottom of the body. Now we're going to move through the waist, through the top of the body. And this movement's called Great Bear, circling his belly. So we're going to keep the bottom of the body steady. I'm going to drop down and go to the side, and go back to the side and go forwards. And notice how much less movement there is when you circle in this direction, because you've got the ribs attached to the spine, as opposed to the freedom of movement going through the legs in the other direction. So breathing out as you go forwards, breathing in as you come back and up. And now stop there and go in the other direction. You know what the other direction was. And around. So Qigong messes a little bit with your mind, because we're very often doing things right or left or across the body and around. And this is very good for your organs. It's like if you've been sitting all day and they've been squished and been eating food they didn't need to eat or whatever it is. This really allows you to get good fluid flow through the organs. Organs need to move against each other, and each organ moves within its own little sac, and all your organs are attached to the spine. So when you move the spine, you move the organs and you keep them much healthier. And relax. Okay. Right. Let's do a little bit of dragon work. So beautiful spirals. Dragon work is always really great for the organs and great for longevity. So hands to one side, and you're not too close, but not too wide. It's just outside of the hip area there. So almost as if the dragon is sleeping on his hands. And then you're going to circle out. Notice as you circle, my hands are going one direction, my hips are going the other. Your hands are facing the sky and coming back. So breathe in and breathe out. Can you do 3? Breathe in, hips one way, hands the other way. Now we're going to the level of the heart, and the hands are going to face forwards. Again, breathe in, circle around, back. Breathe in, circle around, back. Breathe in, circle around, and then we're going to go down in front of that lower down till the hands facing the earth. And out, around, out, and around. Right. Coming up again, and hands on the other side, head on the other side. And again, feel the hips go to one side, hands go to the other side. So not just your arms, it's your whole body that's moving. And breathe in, spiraling right through the body. Our fascias laid down in spirals, our bony tissues laid down in spirals. So, when you only go to the gym or walk or cycle or swim, you don't get all these other sort of twisty-turny little corner movements going down to the heart level, the emotional level. There we go. Feel your hips moving in the opposite direction to your hands. Just have a sense of your body is really doing something fairly unusual that it doesn't normally do. And then your hands facing down towards the earth there, lower dantian, 2, and last one, 3. Come in with your hands all the way up on your toes. And then we're going to have a bit of free swimming dragon, and you just swim. Dragon moves. Could be a sky dragon, it could be a water dragon. You decide whether you want to be a red dragon or a blue dragon, green dragon today. So diving and ducking and more spirals and bigger spirals. And all the way up to the top again. Right up to the top. Stand on your toes. When you're standing on the toes, you're lifting the bubbling spring point, which is under the ball of your foot, and it's kidney 1. And come down, relax. Now we're going to take a wider step out. Soften your knees, soften your ankles. Don't lean forwards when you do these exercises. If anything, feel as if you're sitting back slightly, going into a little bit of a squat position, depending how young you are, how far down you go. Okay, so this is a swimming dragon, a little bit more to the side movement. So hands are going to go in one direction, hips and head in the opposite direction. So it's one in the middle that's kind of out there. So coming up, sinking down as you go in the opposite direction. Feel that you're stretching the inner leg there, coming back in and down to the other side. Very good for strengthening your hips, very good for moving your spine sideways, your neck sideways. Good for the internal organs. That's a major longevity exercise, this one. Breathing in and out through the nose. Sinking as you're going down and then coming up, but not straight, but more upright. And as your hands are moving across, you can push them. Push, push, push. So it becomes quite a strong exercise. And think about what your eyes are doing. A dragon is a strong, wise, courageous creature. So as you turn your head and look into the distance, look with intensity into the distance. You can pause a little bit in that position as you gaze into the distance. And your breath can be quite forceful, breathing in through the nose, but also out through the nose, almost making a sound. It's almost as if you're breathing out through the throat to the nose. Call it a dragon breath. And down. So we'll keep the horse stance here, and we're going to do a move called twisting the tail and turning the head, or turning the head and twisting the tail. Hands are on your thighs. You're going to shift your weight across and then come down forwards. And as you come down, you're going to blow out as you go all the way. Head goes round, and you breathe in as you come up. And this is turning the tail, twisting the head to balance heart fire. So dragons are quite fiery creatures. So you can imagine as you're coming down and blowing your air out that you're scorching like a semicircle of the earth in front of you. And then you come in again. Come up, breathe in, breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in, come up straight, breathe out. Be very aware of how you're shifting your weight from one side to the other. Qigong is very good for your balance because you have a sense of being connected to the earth and where your weight is. So heart fire, if our heart fire is too hot, it kind of burns us and scorches everybody else around us. And if it's too cold, then we don't communicate with other people. So we want to just have that lovely orange glow that you'd get coals and campfire at night into the evening. It's like a warm and friendly and available, and we participate in life. Coming up. One more, going down. And coming up and just shaking it out. Close your eyes for a second and just notice how you feel. I don't know, maybe your body feels a bit looser, maybe your arms feel a little bit longer, maybe you feel a little bit lighter. There's a bit of buzzing in your fingers, showing that you're moving energy around. Okay, so we think about the yin and the yang, so let's give somebody a gift. Feet not quite in horse stance, but a little bit wide, shifting your weight from side to side. It's called holding the ball. So imagine you've got a soft ball, almost like the bubbles that kids would blow. Or you could imagine you had a beautiful crystal ball that you were giving to somebody as a gift. So having a sense of that gratitude, or that you are giving someone a gift there. And your hand, if it's going down, the gift's going to fall off. So don't allow your hand to drop the ball. And you watch the ball with your eyes as you move it across. So watching a certain part of the body action as you're doing Qigong is very, very good for the eyes as well, and your coordination. As you're doing that, you're lifting the heel, the back foot. And as you're doing that lifting of the hand, the other side of the body is reaching down towards the ground. It's rooting. So we're not unstable. We can do something yang there, but yin there. So we're holding down, but lifting up. So we have this flexibility, which is one of the lovely things about Qigong, is we become more flexible in life. We can be tough when we need to be tough, but we can be very gentle. We'll move between the two. But we become more aware of that. So this would be a very yin kind of exercise. So let's change that into a yang exercise. So this is going to be punching with angry eyes. So a little bit of a wide stance there, elbows in at your side, hands facing the sky. And as you punch, you spiral and you punch. Now you don't lock your elbows, always have softness there and there. And your punch, the thumb must be on the outside of your fingers, not on the inside. So find a spot in front of you where you can gaze with angry eyes. Okay. Don't punch at somebody. Don't have somebody in front of you when you do this, because you have quite a lot of magnetic energy that goes out through your eyes. Okay, give them a headache. Okay, the other thing we're looking at here is as we punch, go down. So that's a sinking and a sinking. And as we punch, what we're going to do, it's going to be an out breath. Strong. Open your hand, come back. Open hand, come back. Come back. Good for arthritis, good for strengthening the knees, the hips, emotionally very good for liver. Liver in Chinese medicine is concerned with the way you work with anger, and we all get anger some of the time, so we need appropriate anger and to deal with it appropriately, not over the top, and we also don't want to be too floppy and not do things that need to be dealt with. So this is about appropriate anger. Do a couple of breaths, strong and relax. And of course, martial arts developed out of Qigong. Qigong is the grandfather, martial arts is the teenager. So a lot of these movements would have come from here and then been taken into a martial application. All right, let's do another yangy one, nice light one. We're going to fly. So feet a little bit closer together. And there's your wings down here. So starting crossed arms, and then you fly up just as far as your shoulder, and then down. Notice again, body's rising up and it's coming down. As your arms come up, think shoulders, elbows, hands, And shoulders, elbows, hands as you come down. Feel your feathers in your fingers. And as you come down, you sink, feet on the ground. And as you come up onto your toes. And down. Breathe in and out through the nose. So when you're doing exercises like flying and visualize that you are flying, then your mind kind of goes into this space where it has more levity, it has more insight, more lightness of spirit, which is good for us. Qigong is not a deadly serious thing. It's actually quite a happy practice, quite a childlike practice. We learn lots of visualization. Our brain knows how to do things when you tell it stories. So if I say, lift your arms up and do this and do that, it's a bit of a struggle, but if I just say, fly like a bird, it knows how to do it. Breathing in, breathing out. And breathing out. Okay, and now we're going to pull down the heavens as we come towards the end of our session here. So your arms go to the side and feel as you're moving up the pull of gravity on your fingers. You can feel it's almost like there's a stickiness. You actually have to pull your hands up because gravitational force, the gravitational energy is pulling you down. And then you get your shoulder level, big turn, and you open up. And here we open up. This is our middle dantian, and it's our heart level, our emotional connection with the world. So it's the world at this level. It's the trees, the birds, the animals, people, life all around us. And then you come up towards the sky, and this is the yang. And this is really where we're open to the pouring down of kind of wisdom, spirituality, and higher things that maybe we don't know very much, we don't integrate well. And then allow your hands just to come down in front of your body. And it's almost as we're saying, as we finish, we're gathering from the earth energy, stability, gathering from the emotional level, nature, we're gathering from nature, our involvement in life, and then we're going up to the sky for that wisdom, and we're kind of getting the mix and bringing that mix down, combing through your bioenergetic field. Just taking as much as you need, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Last one, breathing in, earth, nature, sky, and man is in between. Letting your hands come down and then come to rest just below your navel, under that low dantian. Feet a little bit closer together and close your eyes. And we call this stance wind in the bamboo. And so as you stand here, you'll feel your body moving from side to side, balance. Front of the feet, back of the feet. Balance is something where we go in and out of a point constantly. It doesn't stay there, we go in and out. And life is like that. We go in and out of balance, but come back to a place of relative stability that will always change. And allow your forehead to soften. Space between your eyebrows widens a bit. Allow a tiny bit of smile on your lips. Allow your jaw to soften, shoulders soft. And depending where you are, I can feel the wind on my skin, the temperature of the air on your skin, the touch of the clothes. And notice any sounds around you. Maybe there's only sounds coming from inside your heartbeat and your breath. Drop your arms and just keep your eyes closed and just notice how your body's feeling. the end of the session. And open your eyes. Just walk a little bit. You could maybe stew the stew pot here. And thank you for joining us for Qigong. It's been so nice to have